He stood up so suddenly that his chair scraped against the polished floor like a blade cutting through the air. For a moment, it was the loudest sound in the room. Guests paused mid-bite. Crystal glasses froze midway, and conversations died before the next word could escape anyone's lips. Then his voice thundered across the long dinner table. Sharp and poisonous. You stole my wallet and my platinum watch. You filthy thief. Every single eye snapped toward me like someone had silently cued a spotlight. The room didn't just fall silent, it suffocated. Even the soft clinks of cutlery seemed ashamed to exist. I didn't react. I didn't flinch. I only blinked once, slowly, calmly, while he trembled with fake outrage. And then, there it was. That smirk. That familiar, arrogant, greasy twist of his lips as he bent toward the small leather pouch placed beside my seat. He plunged his hand in, rummaged around dramatically, and then pulled out his wallet and his platinum watch as if he had just uncovered buried treasure. He raised them high, shaking them triumphantly in the light. See? I knew it was you. He spat, the words dripping with satisfaction. A wave of gasps rippled through the room. My wife's mother covered her mouth as if she had witnessed a murder. Her father's shoulders slumped, disappointment carving deep lines across his face. And my wife, my partner, didn't even look at me. Didn't stand up. Didn't speak. She turned her gaze away like I was a stranger. And that was the moment I laughed. Not loudly, not hysterically. Just a soft, slow chuckle that made every head lift a little higher. I wasn't laughing because I was broken. I was laughing because I had already won. This wasn't his victory. It was mine. I had loved her once. Truly, the kind of love that blinds you, softens you, convinces you that pain is temporary and people eventually grow kinder. When I married into her wealthy family, I walked in as the outsider. The polite, quiet man from the wrong neighborhood. They tolerated me. She enjoyed being the one who married beneath herself. At first, I mistook her snide remarks for nervous jokes, her cold glances for stress, her superiority for insecurity. But slowly, her armor turned into a blade. She corrected me in public, mocked my accent with a playful smile, belittled my job like it was a hobby. And her brother Adrian, he fed off her cruelty like a parasite feeds on rot. He made jokes at my expense during family dinners, treated me like their household stray dog they allowed inside for amusement. And through all of it, I stayed silent. I watched. I waited. For 2 years, I measured every smirk, every insult, every act of quiet betrayal. And then, the mask slipped. It began with a bank notification. A withdrawal large. Strange. Then another. And another. When I checked the joint account, I saw the pattern. Calculated transfers, quiet and steady, slipping into a hidden account under her name. She wasn't just draining money. She was draining me. I didn't want to believe it. Not until I saw Adrian's new car, the very model he swore he could never afford. So I traced the money. Followed the digital footprints. Every path led straight to him. She had been sending him thousands. When I confronted her, she produced tears like a seasoned actress. Said it was temporary. Sighed I was imagining things. That night, she thought I forgave her. And that night, I stopped being her husband. Because revenge isn't rage. Revenge is mathematics. A precise equation. Patience sharpened into a weapon. I began slowly, quietly, backed up every message, every transaction, every lie. I installed hidden cameras not in her room, no. In Adrian's office. I recorded his gambling, his desperate calls to loan sharks, his panic. I even paid one of the collectors to leak his debt to the wrong people. And then, once the knots were perfectly tied, I gave them hope. A peace dinner. A reunion. A chance to heal. My wife was delighted. She said I was finally acting civilized, finally behaving like one of them. If only she knew. 2 nights before the dinner, I placed Adrian's precious watch and wallet into a duplicate version of my own travel bag. The same leather, same zippers, same color. He would see the bag beside me and believe it was mine. The trick wasn't planting evidence. The trick was timing. During dinner, I ensured he received an anonymous message. A simple line: check the bag beside him. You'll find what you're missing. And he did. Because greedy men always take the bait. He jumped up, shouting, accusing, pulling out his items dramatically from my bag. I let the shock swell. Let their judgment choke the room. And then, the moment his skin touched the watch, a notification buzzed on his phone. The phone I had cloned. His face drained of color as he read the message from his loan shark. Your debts are public now. You shouldn't have crossed me. Before the whispers even began, my wife's phone lit up too. A link, a shared drive, every bank transfer, every message between her and Adrian. Every detail of their plan to frame me, divorce me, and seize the last of our shared funds. All delivered. On schedule. The room erupted. Her father grabbed her phone, scrolling in disbelief. Her mother began to cry softly, realizing who the real thief was. Adrian stuttered, denying everything, his face shifting from red to gray. He hacked this. This is fake. Check the timestamps, I said. And they did. My wife finally looked at me, really looked at me. Her lips trembled. You knew? She whispered. For months, I replied. The silence that followed wasn't shock. It was surrender. Adrian stormed out first, cursing. My wife tried to leave, but her father stopped her at the door. Leave your keys, he said quietly. When they were gone, I remained seated, taking a slow sip of my wine, calm as ever. Her father, the same man who once called me a parasite, poured me another drink. You planned this? He asked. Yes, he nodded once. Good. Later that night, I walked past the driveway where Adrian's shiny car once stood. The cool drizzle washed the air clean, stripping the night of every false thing. I thought I might feel guilt, but there was only stillness. Because betrayal stops hurting once you've buried love. They always thought I was the fool, the outsider, the poor man begging for their approval. But I was the only one at that table who already knew exactly how the game would end.